Hello and welcome to Fast Horses. Today we're doing our second segment here at Oaklawn, which is the late pick 5. This starts in the 8th race at Oaklawn, and let's get going here. So the 8th race, if you saw the segment before, this is that 8th race, allowance race, 140,000 and a mile and a 16th. I've got two horses here to get this pick 5 started. I've got the one Pappy's Revenge, who has Francisco Arrieta on the horse. This horse has run well at Oaklawn his last two times, running 2 turns. Had some excuses, or maybe could have gotten up in either of those races. So, got the one here, Pappy's Revenge. And then a horse that I really like here today, I'm going to make a win bet also on, is the 7, Give Me a Reason. Now, Give Me a Reason comes out of the Steve Asmussen barn. I think this horse really has a lot of talent. This horse was a $500,000 purchase. He's out of Justify. And the mare this horse is out of is Dream of Summer, who was a nice California horse, and she won some stakes races, and she was nice. So she must have produced a really nice looking horse here. They purchased this horse for $500,000. Now this horse has run well at Oaklawn. I think he was a victim of some wide trips, which really didn't help him out in some of those 2-turn races, especially in his last race. The horse was wide. Santana could not get the horse in, and the horse ran with a lot of energy and actually was like right at the lead, the top of the stretch, and just kind of ran evenly to come forth. So I'm really hoping Santana learned something that last time, and maybe just ask this horse a little sooner out of the gate and get his position, because this horse will give him a run at the end. So I like Give Me a Reason as a win bet, but in the pick 5 purposes, we've got the 1 and the 7 to get this going. So let's move over to the 9th race, which is the Bathhouse Row at a mile and an 1/8. I've got 2 horses here to get the pick 5 going along. I've got the 4, who is Informed Patriot for Steve Asmussen. I mentioned in the previous segment why I like this horse. Horse has run well at Oaklawn, ran well in the Smarty Jones early this year. Took on some tougher company, went to the Sunland Derby and was 8-5 that day with Rosario. Not exactly sure what happened in that race. I didn't see it, but the horse didn't run much there. And they brought the horse back to Oaklawn and ran the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby. Horse was a big price, as would be expected, coming off his last. I thought this horse ran a nice race in the Arkansas Derby at 69-1. Ran just very even, just kind of stuck in mid-pack and ran evenly. Was certainly not going to beat Muth that day. But I think, these are a lot more shallow waters that Informed Patriot's running today. So I think this horse would make a really good account of himself. I'm going to make a win bet on Informed Patriot as well. He's 6-1 in the program, so I really could use Santana riding well today. I'm also going to put the 5, who is Militant, out of the Brad Cox barn. Now this horse broke his maiden last time at Oaklawn at a mile and a 16th, and was favored that day. Ran an interesting race. The horse was just kind of stuck inside, running mid-pack, into the stretch, still kind of running, and I don't know if this was the Flavian Pratt effect, being such a great rider, or this horse just wants to run long, but this horse really burst at the end and just got it done. So I mean, this horse looks like it has a lot of talent. Gary and Mary West bred this horse, so it's a homebred running for them. He's 5-2 in the program. Now, Pratt is not on the horse today, but Florent Giroux is on the horse, so maybe they spoke to each other and, learned a little something about the horse. He's 5-2, so I'm going to put Militant in that race as well. Next race, which is the 10th, this is the Valley of the Vapors race. This is a mile for fillies, $200,000 purse for 3-year-olds. I found this race to be very tough. I went pretty wide in this race. I've got the 1 Neon Beach for Steve Asmussen. Horse ran a really nice race last time at Oaklawn. Also ran pretty well against Lemon Muffin and the Honeybee, 5-2 in the program. We got the 3, who is Blue Squall. Now, Blue Squall has been sprinting at Oaklawn, running pretty well in sprints. And, as I've said previous times, that Charlie Winningham said this a long time ago. If you want to test your horse for distance, you're trying him at a mile at Santa Anita or Oaklawn, and if the horse can't do a mile there, then the horse won't be able to do a mile anywhere. So Blue Squall is 10-1 today, and I'm going to put Blue Squall in there. Then I've got the 5, pardon me, who is Marisol Sugar. I remember really liking this horse last time, Marisol Sugar. She ran with Impel, who was the favorite in the Grade 1 at Keeneland last week in their big 3-year-old race, Impel. That was a Juddmonte horse. So this horse ran third last time in the race that I liked her at 5-1. I'm going to go back with her again, put her in. She's 7-2 today. Keith Asmussen rides for John Ortiz. Maybe this horse, makes amends for that race. Then I've got the 7, I'm a Mess, for Kenny McPeak and Julian Leperoux. Leperoux is back riding today at Oaklawn. He was riding for a good part of the meet, left to ride elsewhere, and is back today for the few big races. That's the 7, I'm a Mess, at 6-1. And then finally the 11, who is Winnable, also for Kenny McPeak. This horse comes off a couple races at Turfway Park. He's 8-1 with Colby Hernandez on the horse. And, maybe 8-1. I find this race kind of tough, and I feel like several horses have a shot here. So I've got the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, and the 11. Now let's move over to the 11th race. And the 11th is the big one of the day. That's the Oaklawn Handicap. Mile and an eighth for a $1.25 million purse. So, wow, big purse here for a grade 2. Now, I really like a horse here in the 1, Highland Falls. Highland Falls out of the Brad Cox barn. I mean, this horse is just class through and through as far as the breeding. Out of Curlin, and the dam was Round Pond. Round Pond was a monster. I mean, she was such a nice horse. She won the Breeders' Cup Distaff at Churchill. I think that was in 2005, I believe. We had a huge race that day. I remember Edgar Prado rode the horse, but she was a nice horse. And Godolphin ended up buying the horse for big money, as they do with a lot of mares, and try to put together a nice broodmare band. So this is an offspring of that horse, Highland Falls. This horse has run some nice races on the allowance ranks. Cox thought enough of this horse to take him over to the Santa Anita Handicap last time. The horse ran an even race. He just really started getting going at the end at 1.25 miles. So I'm not exactly sure what Florent Giroux was doing with this horse. As I recall, when Giroux goes to Santa Anita, I don't know if he gets hypnotized by the palm trees or the San Gabriel Mountains or what, but I don't think he ever puts good rides on horses over there at Santa Anita. So I think he could do better. I think this horse can certainly do better. I'm going to put this horse, make a win bet on this horse at 9-2, Highland Falls. Then I'm also going to put the 6 in here. I was going to single, but I'm going to put the 6 in here, Reincarnate for Bob Baffert. Reincarnate ran also with Highland Falls in the Santa Anita Handicap. This horse had come off a long layoff and ran a pretty nice race at Santa Anita in the Big Cap. Bob Baffert, always dangerous. Horses training nicely. And, this horse is a big purchase price, $775,000. He's 4-1. Juan Hernandez goes there to ride. Hernandez rides exceptionally well for Baffert when he gets chances with him. So we've got the 1 and the 6 with a win bet on the 1, Highland Falls. Now the last race of the day, which is the 12th race and a marathon day over at Oaklawn Park. Now this is a Arkansas bred maiden special weight race, 6 furlongs. As always, these races are tough, and there's a couple short price horses in the program. The 5, Wildwood Queen, who is 8-5. Certainly possible to win. I like this horse. Luis Fuentes rides the horse. Now, I like Luis Fuentes. He used to ride really well in California and moved on to other places. I think a guy like him is, if you look at his records, his winning percentage is not high. But, I know he could ride and probably just needs the chances. So this would be a horse that came second with last time. Certainly be trying hard to win this. This is a big race for him. It is a $115,000 race. So, would be a big win for Luis Fuentes. Certainly make the month for him. So, got Wildwood Queen. I'm not going to single because can't do this in the Oaklawn or the Arkansas bred races because they are just unpredictable. So, I've also got the 6, who is Queen Mallard. This is out of the Ron Moquette barn, 8-1 with Keith Asmussen. This horse ran with Wildwood Queen last time. Wildwood Queen was second. This horse was third. Horse had kind of a tough trip that day. What I kind of have realized with these Arky breds is they're all pretty evenly matched, and it just ends up being who gets a good trip, who might get the best luck that day, the rider putting a good ride or whatnot. So, it makes for these races to be unpredictable, and it's why they're cool to bet on, and they do offer up some prices. So I've got the 6, Queen Mallard. Then I've got the 8, who is Aloha Baby. Aloha Baby is 2-1 in the program, second choice. I'm going to put the horse in here, but The horse is out of a barn that's a very low percentage barn. I know the horse ran well last time, but again, Arkansas bred, they don't put a lot of, great efforts, string a lot of great efforts consecutively. So put the horse in there at 2-1, see what happens here. And then finally the 12, who is My Julia. My Julia is 15-1. Rafael Bejarano on board. Randy Morse, the trainer. This horse also comes out of the Wildwood Queen and Queen Mallard race. This horse came 4th that day. She had a tough trip as well. So, maybe from the 12 hole, Bejarano certainly knows how to ride. And, maybe this horse can get it done. So I've got the 5, the 6, the 8, and the 12 in this race. So let's recap the late pick 5. In the 8th race, we've got the 1 and the 7. And I've got a win bet on the 7. That's Give Me a Reason. 9th race, 4 and 5. I've got a win bet on the 4, who's Informed Patriot. 10th race, we got the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, and the 11. And then in the next race, we've got the 1 and the 6. That's in the the Oaklawn handicap. And I've got a win bet on the 1, Highland Falls. Then to cap it off, we've got the 5, the 6, the 8, and the 12. So this pick 5 ticket will cost $80. And then I've got the win bets in the 8th race on the 7, 9th race on the 4, 11th race on the 1. So as always, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you best trips because that will bring you luck. And that'll make for good racing here today at Oaklawn. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, like if you like. Make comments. I would love to hear from you and promise to respond to anything that comes my way. Thank you very much.